Alrighty, good morning everybody. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Phil here, live on the stream, and today is Thursday, June 18th, 2020. I welcome you all to the stream. Full day of gameplay streaming today ahead. Good stuff ahead, including the continuation of the Pokemon Isle of Armor DLC and the continuation of the Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough. Excuse me. Good stuff going on today. Okay? I hope you guys are excited for it. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about on the pre-stream today, including a major game delay, again, and some personal stuff going on that I want to address and talk with you guys about that really pissed me off last night, among other things. Okay? But it should be a good stream today. A lot of topics to cover, a lot of fun to have. Once we get to Pokemon, it'll be a chill fun, as usual. I'm going to try to focus more on the story today than I did yesterday. Yesterday, 2 hours, I was wandering around just catching random Pokemon. Today, it'll be a lot more about just focusing in on the story and seeing if we can advance that. I don't know how long the story is in this DLC, but we'll find out. We're going to talk a little bit also about tomorrow, which should be a very exciting day. So, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing all right. I hope I find you all well. I hope you're ready for a fun full day of streaming here. Let's talk schedule first. So, Pokemon Isle of Armor DLC right now, and FYI, this will be the second time I'm doing it as a major stream, and the last time I'm doing it as a major stream, unless some things happen over the weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute. But, yeah, another 3 to 4 hours of Pokemon here today, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully, we get some great advancement into the DLC. I caught about 50 Pokemon yesterday out of the 100 new ones that are in the game, okay? Which was a lot of fun to see a lot of returning Pokemon from previous gens that had not been in the game up to now. A lot of people were very upset that these Pokemon were not in the game in the original Pokemon Sword version, and now they've been added in. My major criticism so far of the DLC is that it doesn't have any new Pokemon. Like, I haven't seen a brand new one at all. It's all returning Pokemon, which is kind of a letdown. I was expecting to have new Pokemon added, and apparently there's, like, none. So I'm like, man, that kind of stinks. That there's 0 new Pokemon so far in this thing. It's all just older Pokemon. I mean, it's okay to see the older Pokemon in a modern setting, but, you know, you're paying for an expansion pass, you'd think there'd be, like, actual, genuinely something new, and so far there has not been. But I guess we'll see. I don't know much about this. I didn't spoil myself about this expansion. So, we'll see what happens. Today, 3 to 4 more hours of Pokemon Sword Isle of Armor DLC. Should be very relaxing and chill. The top contributor from yesterday has asked that we name the shark Pokemon Sharknado. So we're going to do that. I'm not sure how, because there's no Pokemon Center on the island. So I'm not even sure how you would do that, but we're going to do that at some point. Let's figure it out. In addition, today, you guys will be able to use your channel points, or Penne points, to select 2 Pokemon for my party. Yes, I said that only 2. Why only 2? Because I want to have at least 3 spots open to be putting new Pokemon that I caught into the party so they can level up. So people will be able to use their channel points to select 2 different Pokemon to be in the party today. Okay? So get ready for that. I'll announce when we're going to do that. I'll announce when we're going to do that later on after this pre-stream. Okay? It's going to be right as we start up with the gameplay. Fair enough? Alright. Good stuff. Then later tonight, the continuation of Fire Emblem Three Houses. 2 more hours. Last time around, we did some optional combat. Well, actually, if I remember correctly, we beat a major story mission. Then we moved on to some optional combat, which was fun. We're going to see how much more we can get done tonight. Continuing on with that playthrough. Okay? Tomorrow. Huge day, of course, everybody. Tomorrow is the big premiere of The Last of Us 2, which I think we've all been waiting for various reasons. Some people really want to enjoy a great game, and some people want to see the game fail. I've seen both sides of the fence. Me, I'm in the middle. I just want to play it at face value for what it is and hopefully enjoy it. Last of Us 1 was my favorite game of the year in 2013 when it released as a new release. I absolutely loved the game, and I've been looking forward to a sequel for some time, but with all this controversy around the leaks around the game and everything, obviously it's been hard to stay outside of all of that. Yes, I did have some plot points spoiled for me, so I'm curious to see how this is all going to pan out in the actual final game starting tomorrow. So I certainly hope you guys will join me for this fun adventure that starts tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow night, which is Friday night, my weekly Throwback Street Fighter session at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you'll join me for that. Saturday, more Last of Us 2, and that night it will be 2 more hours of Sleeping Dogs. Last night I completed 2 major story missions and a DLC that I didn't even realize was in the game. I stumbled upon it and ended up playing it by accident. So it ended up taking a lot of the stream last night. I suspect we're going to get much further into the plot of Sleeping Dogs and the endgame of Sleeping Dogs on Saturday when I play again. Okay? Sunday, more Last of Us 2. Yes, that's 3 straight days of Last of Us 2. And then it's going to be more Fire Emblem. Okay? So that's the weekend. And then on Monday, it's completely up in the air. On Monday, I have an options. Alright? I can either maybe do a major stream of Pokemon, or I could do a major stream of Sleeping Dogs, or I could do a major stream of Last of Us 2 again for a 4th straight day. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It really depends on how the weekend goes. If we're all really enjoying Last of Us 2 and want to just keep going and get further into it, I'll play it again. But if, let's say, maybe we want to break from it after playing it for so many days consecutively, maybe I'll want to do something else. Maybe if we're near the end of Sleeping Dogs, we'll just want to try to focus in and finish it up. Or maybe we'll be craving Pokemon after not playing it all weekend, right? And want to do another major Pokemon stream. I don't know. So we'll see what happens, okay? We shall see what happens over the course of the weekend. And the same thing Monday night. Monday night could be Pokemon. Monday night could be Sleeping Dogs. Monday night could be Last of Us 2. I don't know. I'm leaving it open as a possibility, and we'll go from there. Now, I am off from streaming this coming Tuesday, but I return on Wednesday with the premiere of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Okay? The remake of the SpongeBob game that everyone has asked me to play for years and years. It even was a viewer's choice request, and now it's finally going to happen this coming week. And I'm going to balance that with Last of Us 2 as the major gameplay for that coming week. So that way there's some variety, okay? And yes, I'll still be playing Pokemon if I haven't beaten it and gotten all the Pokemon yet. Yes, we'll still be playing Sleeping Dogs and Fire Emblem. So all that's still going to be going on, balanced in with the new releases. But in addition, we are very closely approaching the 150 vest streak. We're at 138 right now, guys. That means we've hit the tips goal 138 straight streams. Holy shit, thank you, guys. And that also means that we're going to be doing a special celebratory event if we do hit it. In fact, I've already talked about this yesterday at length, that my state is reopening finally. We're supposed to actually hit phase 2 of reopening this coming Friday. And if we do, more stores will be opening. And I'm going to next week be looking around to see if I can find maybe another vest, in person in these stores for a special event. In addition, live DSP tries it of the Impossible Whopper, comparing it to the regular Whopper from Burger King. That could be pretty fun. Plus all kinds of fun festivities as we did last time. So that'll be coming up that week, okay, next week. By the end of the month, we are doing a special marathon event. This event is going to be a retrospective marathon where I watch back the moments you guys have nominated for my almost 12 years as a content creator here on the internet. To reminisce and talk and do some commentary over them, give you some behind-the-scenes perspective. Every time we do this event, it's super fun. And last time, it actually birthed the vest meme. So we'll see what comes out of this next one. That's going to be right near the end of the month. So, very good stuff coming up on the streams, in the next couple of weeks. It should be super fun. I hope that you guys are excited for this. I'm excited for it, for sure. And I'm very excited to have all this new release content as well. So thank you for that. Thank you to everyone who's been supportive on the streams and who's looking forward to all of this stuff coming up. All right, that's all good stuff. Let's see. So let's talk about the new game delay that happened this morning. Let's talk about it. Everyone's talking about it on the internet right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sad to report that Bug Snacks has been delayed. It's not coming out this year. And I know this is a horrible, horrible thing for everyone because this was the Game of the Year contender. As soon as we saw it at the PlayStation 5 reveal event, we were all like, man, this is going to be the best game ever made. It's going to change the way that things go with games from now on. And now it's delayed. And now I don't know how I'm going to live the rest of this year. I'm going to be just in a state of huge depression. I'm going to just curl up in a ball and cry to myself because Bug Snacks is not coming out as a launch title for PS5. All right, actually, that's not true. I made that up completely. That's not the case. But that's just a running... Bug Snack seems to be the running joke ever since the PS5 reveal event last week. So, anyway, the true delay here is, yet again, Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed. All right, first the game was supposed to come out. I forget what the first release date was, quite frankly. It's been delayed so many times at this point, I can't even remember when originally it was supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to be last year, right? I think it was supposed to be like fall of last year. And then it got delayed until May of this year, I believe. I think. And then it got delayed again to September. And everyone thought that was the final delay. It was coming out in September. It would be the start of the hardcore gaming season. It would be super exciting and all of that. And then finally, it gets delayed again. Now it's been delayed. I think it's November 15th. Excuse me, November 19th. Basically, it's around the middle of November. Okay? It's right in line there with the hardcore gaming season, the busy gaming season of 2020. All right? And the other thing is that now what's going on is basically people are wondering, did they do this? Did they delay the game again because they wanted to make it a launch title for PlayStation 5 and I guess Xbox Series X? Not that we have release dates for those consoles, because we don't. But is that really the deal? Now, FYI, CD Projekt Red, their official statement from this morning states the following. The game is done. The content is done in the game. Everything is done. They're not adding any additional content at all to the game between now and November. But they feel that the game is so big and has so much content in it, you know, big open world a la Witcher 3, right? That they want to take extensive amount of time testing, making all the things connect properly and work properly, and working out as many bugs as they can. That's what they officially said. They said, we want to make this the best polished, most polished experience for you possible. So we want to take even more time before we release the game, okay? So, of course, everyone has a different opinion on this. Some people are like, hey, that's fine, man. You know, delay it more. You know, when it's ready, it's ready. We trust CD Projekt Red because, you know, Witcher 3 was a masterpiece, and we get the feeling that, you know, it's going to be better than ever now, right? Other people are like, I don't know. More skeptical than anything because they're like, you know, it's one thing when a game gets one delay and then maybe another. But this game now has been delayed. And now it seems like they're delaying it for the launch of the next-gen consoles. So the question that has to be is, number one, is the game just not ready for current gen? Maybe the truth of the matter is that it runs like shit on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and they're nervous that if they release it in September and it runs like shit, that everyone's going to pan the game. So maybe what they're going to do is they're going to wait for the next-gen consoles to be out, so now they can release it PS4 and 5, Xbox One and Series X. And if you say, well, I bought it on PS4 and it runs like shit, well, you should have bought it for PS5. See? And then they can say that there is a superior version that you should be playing. Don't buy the last gen version. Okay? So, maybe, I don't know. That's pure speculation, of course. Maybe that's true. Okay? Or maybe the game just literally is chock full of bugs right now. And they really want to be sure that they have enough time to work these out, and maybe because of the pandemic, the whole development schedule was thrown into array, and they thought that they were going to be way ahead of schedule of where they are now. They thought they would have had a lot more of these issues worked out, and now they're not because of the fucking pandemic. It's very possible. I'm sure the pandemic screwed everything up for a lot of companies and game developers, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe not. I don't know. You know, and then you got the people who are just the naysayers. Well, when a game gets delayed this much, it just means the game's going to suck no matter what. There's some people who are of the opinion, man, this is going to completely kill the game's hype, because it's one thing to get hype for a game. It's another thing when you get hype for a game 5 times and they keep pushing it back. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I agree here. Like, 2 years ago, I was hyped for Cyberpunk. You know? Oh man, this is going to be a great futuristic game from the makers of Witcher and all that. And then all the PR campaign that we've seen is like, fuck this, fuck that, fuckity, fuck, gore and sex and drugs. Like, that's been all we've seen about this game without any significant plot or gameplay development. It's more like, just trust CD Projekt Red that this game's going to be great, because all you see in the marketing for the game is this really immature shit. Okay? And then it gets delayed, then it gets delayed, then it gets delayed, then it gets delayed. Then you hear, oh, now you can make the size of your genitals you can control. What? That's all. See what I mean? Like, with Witcher 3, it was like, it's going to be the best RPG ever, giant open world, insane amounts of meaningful side content. Okay, got it. Sounds great. With Cyberpunk, it seems like we're not focusing on important stuff, and then the game just keeps getting delayed. And then you hear the next stupid thing. Oh, you can make the size of your balls bigger or something. It's like, what? The fuck do I care about that? Is the game going to be good? I don't know, but it's delayed another 2 months. What? So, for me, like, it kind of kills the hype for the game. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not really hyped for it anymore. Now, by the way, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good game. I'm not saying that it won't be great when it releases. I'm just saying I have way more hype, probably for fucking SpongeBob at this point, than I do for Cyberpunk. You know? Like, for me, I think I'm more interested in games that I definitively know what they are. I know when they're coming out. You know, Ghost of Tsushima I'm more interested in right now, you know. Really. And again, I don't know what's going to happen with this game when it comes out. Maybe it'll be great, maybe it won't be. But for me, my hype's dead. That's just me, though. That's my personal take. Maybe you're a huge fan of CD Projekt Red and you've been following along every moment of this game's development and you're super hyped. I mean, I'm really not, you know, but I hope it's good. I seriously hope it's good. That would be, you know, obviously ideal state when you get a game that takes this long to come out. You want it to be good. You don't want it to be Daikatana or Duke Nukem Forever. Don't know who understands those references. I do. But yeah, you want a great game to finally come out. Or The Last Guardian, I guess, would be another one. Right? A game that comes out and is just so underwhelming because it took so long to come out. So I hope that's not the case here. I hope the game ends up being great. And, you know, I also hope, I definitely hope that the game is great. And the truth of the matter is maybe we've just been hearing the wrong shit from people who just want to cause drama on the internet because drama equals attention. So maybe just the people who are talking about the size of the genitals of the characters and stupid shit, maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe the game will actually have tons of meaningful content just like Witcher 3 did. And it's not just going to be a bunch of dumb, immature shit. I get this. That's what I'm hoping for. I want it to be a great game. I don't want it to be an immature piece of donkey shit. So, I guess we'll see. All right? But, yeah, it's delayed now until November 19th. And hopefully it actually comes out then. But what we're wondering is, does that mean it's a launch title for next-gen consoles? All right? It very well might be. All right. So, there you go. All right, guys. So, now the other thing I want to talk about, and I don't like talking about stuff like this unless I have to, but at this point I'm furious because I'm in a shitty situation where in reality I don't have much power over it. All right? And allow me to explain what I'm talking about. This happened overnight, and here I am relaxing with my wife at the end of a work day, and you know, then I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, this really pisses me off. All right? So everyone wants to know what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. So last night, I'm relaxing with my wife downstairs, having a good night with Jasper as well, just kind of chilling. And I get 2 emails, all right, from PayPal. And these emails are that they are beginning an investigation into 2 transactions against my account. All right? Now, normally, this is not something that I would really care about. People try to do shit against me all the time with stupid, oh, I'll send you a tip on a stream and I'll try to charge it back and dumb shit. And the good news about this is that it usually doesn't affect me at all. Usually, it ends up being very, very, you know, small transactions, maybe $1 here, $1 there. And people are just trying to be trolls. Oh, they trolled me $1 on a stream and insulted me, and now they're trying to get their money back with a false chargeback and shit like that. Those things are so not a big deal at all. They happen all the time. And 9 times out of 10, I get them cleared up with PayPal. I just send them the information. I'll say, oh, here's a stream where this tip came in. Here's the evidence of where it came in. I even addressed it on the stream. Here, you can find it here in this video in the timestamp. It's obvious this guy's lying to you, because a lot of the times people just outright lie and say stupid shit in their attempt to charge back a tip. They'll say something really dumb, like, oh, I bought something and he didn't ship it to me. I'm like, I don't sell goods, stupid. You know, look, here's my business. Here's evidence of it. You can't say that, you know. And in general, it's not a big deal at all. It's not. Okay, but last night, I get 2 notices from PayPal stating that there's 2 particular transactions that they're currently investigating. Okay, now, like I said, normally I wouldn't freak out about this, but I looked into it. I was like, I wonder what these are. Okay, well, these are 2 tips that came in at the end of May during live streams. These were tips that were significant in size. All right, very significant in size. Let's put it that way. And these were tips that, basically, let me put it this way. I'm trying to see how I can summarize this without going into massive detail. The person who's attempting to commit fraud, because that's exactly what this is, okay, is someone who, I looked into this because here's the thing. PayPal sent me the information on these 2 transactions and actually asked me for information. They said, do you have any additional information on this person? Can you provide evidence of transactions that they've done with you and everything? Here's their information. So PayPal sent me their information to do research. And given the information that PayPal sent me, all right, I was able to do some research on my end. Come to find out, this person, which I didn't know, had been tipping me for 9 months. Okay? So behind the scenes of everything, this person had been tipping me on and off on streams for over 9 months. I think the first tip they had ever sent me was like August. August of 2019, something like that. Okay? And these tips had continued, you know, on and off throughout the fall, all the way through early, you know, 2020, all the way as up to late May. All right? Now, I don't know who this person is. I've never had any, you know, direct interaction with this person at all before. At all. I don't know who they are. So this must be, I don't know if they're a fan. I don't know if they're a troll. It could very well be someone who's a detractor, who watches detractor streams, and they just wanted to get messages up on my streams of various nature. Because it's very weird when you actually read the history of this person and the things that they said in the tips that they sent me. Some of them were actually very positive. One of the tips was like, congratulations on hitting the vest streak and blah, blah, blah. Like a very positive message. And then another one is about fucking Tevin, you know, referencing a direct restreaming detractor. And then there's one that's like actually on topic with a game I'm playing. It's like, wow, that's really positive. And then there's one that's like disgusting and really gross. And you're like, this person is fucking weird. Now the thing is, again, there's no way I would have known who this person was, because when I get tips, I don't get this information. It wasn't until PayPal sent me the information to investigate that I was able to figure out all these tips had come from the same person. All right. Now you may say, well, why is this concerning to me? What's the big deal? Well, I'll tell you why. Because this person did not contact PayPal and say, oh, Phil didn't send me the product, right? They didn't do that. That's silly. And in reality, those chargeback attempts don't bother me. And the reason they don't bother me is because I can usually win them with PayPal by just providing basic info. I can say, here's the information. This guy's obviously lying. And then it gets cleared up. Okay? But this person basically claimed 2 transactions that were quite large. All right? And is claiming, oh, I didn't authorize those transactions on my credit card. So what that means is they didn't go through PayPal. They went to their credit card company and filed 2 completely fraudulent claims on their credit card, which is against the law. That is a major crime. That is considered fraud. I don't know if it's a felony or not, but I do know that if they get investigated and they find out that this is not true, that, okay, you lied on these claims to try to get your money back, that not only could their credit card get canceled, but they could be prosecuted for it because it's complete fraud, So, here's the thing, okay? In all the years now, 3 years, over 3 years, because it was February of 2017 that I started being a full-time streamer and accepting tips and everything. So in the over 3 years that, I've been a streamer and taking in tips and all of that stuff, all right, only one situation, let me take this back. 2 times this has happened to me before, and here's the 2 situations where it happened. Once, during the summer of, I want to say it was 2017 or 2018, I can't remember, someone actually impersonated King Tut. You guys remember King Tut, of course, the guy who came on here and was gifting, we're cheering like crazy, giving me tips like crazy, and basically trying to derail my streams for 2 months until finally he lost his mind. And we'll talk about that in a moment, okay? So this person impersonated King Tut, Tutankhamun, and basically sent out, I think it was a series of like 4 different tips, and it was within like 1 day, this person sent me a bunch of tips, hundreds of dollars of tips, okay? And then after the fact, like a day later, they basically filed a claim with their credit card company and said these were all fraudulent, I didn't authorize them. Well, in that case, it was a very short period of time. It was only like 3 or 4 transactions, all right? And so when they filed, it was granted. So that was money that I got from, someone on a stream I had 0 control over. 0. Because they somehow proved to their credit card company that it was fraudulent, or they didn't authorize it. I don't know how, because I'm not part of that whole process. And they ended up getting their money back. Okay? That's terrible. That sucks, because that was money that I should have earned. Those people got shout-outs on my streams or whatever, but fraud is fraud. They're claiming there was real fraud there, and therefore, those got taken back. Okay? Now, the other time, okay, that this happened to me was actually Tutankhamun himself. Remember, over a 2 to 3 month period, he was coming into the streams cheering, gifting subs, dropping bombs of tips. And then after 2 or 3 months, the guy decides all of a sudden out of nowhere that he hates me. Like, no reason. There's no reason given. The guy's just an idiot. And says that now he's going to try to charge back all of his money. It didn't work. He attempted it, and it failed miserably. He tried to do exactly the same thing, and all of those cases were completely denied, and I kept all of the money that he ever contributed to me. Okay? And the thing is, once you try and it fails, basically you can never, appeal that again. So that was it. That was the end of King Tut. We never heard from him again. He was out of here, and that was that. So it's like 2 situations where this has happened. One, it looks like it may have legitimately been fraud because it was a few transactions within 1 day. And that one, sadly, the person got a refund. All right. The other case was a guy who was tipping me over a course of 2 months. It was systematic tipping. It was systematic period of proving that he had sent me all these funds. There's no way that it was legitimately, I was not authorizing those transactions. Are you crazy? It was over a 2 month period. How can you say that that you didn't authorize those? You would have noticed by then, right? And so those were denied, and everything was fine with those. Okay? So in the case of this situation now, all right, this is a person, again, who over a 9-month period, 9 months, sent me dozens of tips. Some positive, some negative, some detractor references, some actual nice game references. So there was no way for me to know that it was the same person. But, excuse me, I can tell you exactly what happened and why this person's trying to do this now. Because in late May, they started saying absolutely disgusting stuff with their tips on my streams. They were talking about going out front of a Trader Joe's naked and flashing their private parts to say that they don't need to wear a mask during the coronavirus crisis and stuff like that. And it was like, what the fuck is this? What? And they were doing it repeatedly. It was like, so first they would do one tip. I was like, okay, I'm just going to brush that off. I don't know what the fuck that means. Just brush it off, right? Then they did it again and again. I mean, in one stream, I think they did it like 4 or 5 times. And finally, to that point, I was like, that's it. I'm not, enough is enough. I got to shut them off. So I stopped them from being able to tip me because I was like, I don't want this disgusting shit on my streams. I don't know where this is coming from, what this person's problem is. Okay? So, I basically shut off that ability to keep doing it so that I could play the game and not have this gross stuff on my stream. All right? Now, that was late May. I haven't heard anything since late May, so you're talking 3 weeks ago. Now, all of a sudden, I get notice overnight that 2 of the contributions during that time period, they notified their credit card company they were fraudulent and they're trying to get their money back. Okay? Now, here's the problem. If it were just those 2 transactions, all right, no biggie. But this is someone who has done, 9 months of transactions. And I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm nervous because what happens if this person somehow is successful in convincing their credit card company that these were fraudulent transactions, despite the fact that I took all the information that I had on my end and I sent it to PayPal and I said, here, look, this guy's been tipping me for 9 months. Here's the various things he said and done on my streams. Here's the evidence of all of it. There's obviously, this is not fraud, because if it were, someone would have noticed within 9 months that they were charging up a credit card, right? This is ludicrous that this person would say only these 2. This is junk, All right. So I sent all this information to PayPal, but here's the real problem. Okay. I did the math. This particular person has sent me over $800 in tips. All right. In a 9-month period. All right. That is like, number one, I mean, that's crazy support. But at the same time, I didn't, first of all, how would you even know? I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known that that was this person doing all of that. And now what happens if this person decides, oh, look at this, my credit card company's stupid, and I fooled them into giving me two fraudulent refunds. Now I'm just going to do it for all of them, right? And again, the problem is I have no control over any of this. This person literally could just try it, and if it works, it works. And now I'm out over $800 fucking dollars, which I don't have. The money that comes in for me for tips goes to bills. I've told you guys I'm very transparent with what my money goes to. When tip money comes in, it goes to pay for the cost of games. It goes to pay for my groceries and other things that I need to shop for. It goes to pay for the utilities, taxes. Like, this is the things that my tip money pays for. My tip money doesn't sit around in a bank account. I don't have enough money to cover $800. If this guy just decides overnight, oh, I've decided to charge back all of my transactions forever. All right? So, this really blows. Like, this is going to, if this happens, which I don't know if it's going to or not, because it really is going to depend on what happens with these first 2 transactions. Okay? If this happens, I'm screwed. Like, literally, I'm screwed. I have to make up that money before I can go back into the black and then start to have money I can spend on stuff again. Now, here you go with the stupidity. But what about all the money that you spent? Yeah, all the money of the vest streak, right? The money that already paid for things. The money that paid for everything around here. The money that paid the taxes. Which is what you guys just don't seem to understand, is that I'm paying the things I need to pay. In the past few months, all right, during this whole thing going on with my bankruptcy and all of that, I had lawyers' fees. I had to pay my accountant a ton of money to do my taxes. I had to pay all these taxes to the government, to the state. All this, that's where all the money went. The money that I've made up extra during these vest streaks has gone to very good causes and is putting me in a better position for next month. When I head into July, talking to the federal government saying, okay, I know I owe you money for back taxes. We got to get me back on a payment plan. All right, let's make it hopefully affordable and something that guys aren't going to try to screw me over, and understand that I want to get back on track with what I was doing until it got canceled and everything because of my bankruptcy and all that. Let's get back on track here. Okay? And that's the thing. that's the thing is like, I'm nervous now. I'm super nervous. What if this person gets these first two, charges everything back, gets them all? Now you're talking a negative 800 some dollars on my fucking PayPal account. And now, what the fuck? And that's somehow my fault, right? Like, no, I did nothing wrong. This is a person who willingly chose to do this over a course of time, then decided on a whim, oh, I'm going to be an asshole. And I'm going to say disgusting things on Phil's stream to derail it. So Phil blocked me from contributing because I was being gross. And now, 3 weeks later, I've decided I'm going to file false claims against my credit cards saying that they were fraudulent when they weren't, because there's 9 months of history of me sending tips to Phil, right? So in reality, this is huge crime. You can't do this. Is really bad stuff. And this person's a moron because they are on the hook now with their credit card company, who has all their personal information and everything and can prosecute them. So I don't know what they think they're trying to pull here. Like I said, I already sent all the information to PayPal. I'm sure they're going to go right to the credit card company and say, no, here's the evidence. This guy's full of crap. So this guy's in trouble. They think that they're going to get away with it. They're in trouble. They're going to be, on the hook for this if this credit card company decides that they want to come after him for it. Okay? But I'm nervous. I am. When shit like this happens, it's hit or miss. Who knows what's going to happen? It could be the credit card company's incredibly dumb and just grants it. Oh, here, just have it. Because we're fucking stupid. And now, not only am I out money, but now he's going to go back and try to charge back everything from 9 months, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah. Some people... Oh, my God. Alexander Rossi says, I don't get how $800 is make or break money. All right. Alexander Rossi, here's how. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you how. Because I don't talk about my personal shit behind the scenes. You don't understand the shit that I have to spend money on. All right? I'll give you a perfect example. I'm currently paying my tax attorney hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month to try to pay off the amount he charged me to file my federal taxes. I need to pay that off by the end of this month. Then I have to pay my tax attorney a ginormous retainer, all right, in order to get his services back again. So he will work with the federal government and get me back on a payment plan with the federal government for my back taxes. Oh, yeah, then I have to actually pay my back taxes. Plus, I have to pay my monthly taxes every single month this year. All right? This is not, oh, Phil just gets money and he puts it in a bucket and sits there playing with his money with a shovel, like a sand shovel, and he throws money above his fucking head. The money is already accounted for and going to places where it needs to go. I'm in debt. I'm in debt. And that's what happens. It's like, you guys think that, well, I say you guys, I shouldn't say that. Some people who are just very, very naive think that, oh, Phil's got the best job ever because he just sits there, plays games all day, and all the money he comes in is frivolous money he just spends on whatever he wants. The money's already accounted for. So, over a 9-month period, over $800 comes in. It went to pay for very important things. Now, all of a sudden, it might vanish overnight. And now my account is $800+ in the red. So how do I pay for stuff now? Right? How do I pay for the lawyer to pay off what I owe him at the end of the month? So now next month I can retain him so he can get me the back tax plan with the government. Right? How do I do that if I don't have the money because it got taken away from me because of some shithead committing fraud? You see? This is a bad problem. A very bad problem. And that's why it does. It very much worries me. Okay? And now here we go again. I heart darts. Well, it's $800. You can make that up in the next 4 days. And that means I made no money this week. You understand what I'm saying? You're right. In the next 4 days, if the vest streak continues, I could potentially make $800. And that pays the negative balance on my account, and I have $0 for next week to do anything. Can't pay any bills, can't go shopping, nothing. Do you understand my dilemma? Now maybe the perspective makes a little bit more sense. Okay? Because people swear that I have this money that's sitting around, hoarding. It's not. It's going to things that it needs to go to, and that's the problem. I don't have a lot of liquidity. I wish I did. I wish I had a lot of liquidity. But right now, I'm coming out of, the bankruptcy deal. And now it's like, for the first time, I actually have money that I can put towards the things it's supposed to be going towards. Instead of going frivolously towards credit card bills, loans, it's now going towards taxes and paying my lawyer to fix the taxes. But now I might not have that money again. See, that's the problem. I'm at the beginning, the burgeoning parts of, oh, I'm getting to a better position. This is good. If things go good over 2020, I can maybe get to that position where, okay, now I can start putting money aside for savings. Yes, I can have issue if something comes up. Maybe I'll have some money to fall back on. But I'm not there yet. I just not even, what is it, a month ago? I just was granted the bankruptcy, and now I'm just starting to get to that point. You see? If this had happened maybe 2, 3, 4 months down the line, once the tax situation was done and all of that, maybe it wouldn't have been a big deal. But right now, this is like the worst time for this. Okay? The worst time. So, that's the deal, guys. And it sucks. So, what can you do? Nothing. You know, there's absolutely nothing that you guys can do in this situation. But I just hope this kind of gives some clarity to the overall dealings of what it's like to be a live streamer, because at any time you can have someone who breaks the law, because that's all this is fraud. It's breaking the law to try to screw someone over, and it's fucked up. You know, this is my life. This is my livelihood. This is not a joke. This is not, oh, I'm trolling. No, this is my fucking life that is being fucked with, because I'm in a position where this is great. Things are very positive on the streams. People are loving the content. People are being very supportive. We're hitting the tips goal every day, and that allows me to have a cool vest streak gimmick going, and we're having fun celebratory events and everything. And if I can keep this up, this is going to help me long term. I'm going to get past this tax hurdle next month, and then for the rest of the year, things can be great and positive. And, you know, I can turn things around for my life, and then, boom, here it comes. You see? And I hate this, because I really want to be in a part of my life where I feel like things are getting positive and better. And I really do have felt that. This year has been a good year for me. Things are actually turning around for me. Things are going well for me. You know, and I hope this doesn't stick. I really hope that this is, you know, the credit card company basically researches it and says, nope, this is bullshit, and then I don't have to worry about this. You know? But the thing is, I have zero control over it. That's the worst feeling in the world, because this now feels to me like I'm back on YouTube. It feels like it's back in the day when I was doing YouTube videos full time. YouTube makes a sweeping decision that screws me over, and it's not something I did wrong, and it's not anything that I have control over. You're just fucked. Deal with it, right? And I'm tired of that. That's one of the major reasons why I became a full-time live streamer. Okay? So, you know, I wanted to become someone who, my content and my success is based on what I put out there. Crowdfunding. People having enough, you know, fun on my streams that they want to see this continue. They contribute, and because of the contributions, that's what keeps me going. Not because some dumb company makes an insanely boneheaded, uninformed decision because they think they're smarter than everyone else, and they completely screw over my business, and now I'm fucked. That's why I stopped doing YouTube full time. I couldn't take it anymore. They made so many boneheaded decisions that screwed people over. I said, I got to do things for myself now. But now I'm in a situation where here we go again, right? Here we go again. So, I don't know what's going to happen, all right? For now, I'm hoping this will not go through, and, you know, this will be a weight off my back. We just go back to being as positive as we were, but it just sucks. Another stupid fucking thing on top of everything, right? And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being at the mercy of fucking people who think that they could just fuck with me constantly and screw up my life, you know? Just because they want to, you know? If the guy didn't contribute $800 plus over 9 months and didn't fuck with me, at least that wouldn't have been money that I spent on stuff, and now they're going to try to get it back, you know? Better to just never have it at all than to have had spent it and now to fuck me over at a time when, right now, is when I need the money the most. Like I said, to pay my lawyer to get this tax situation fixed next month. Now is the time when I need it the most, and now you're telling me now it's going to try to fuck me over, right? I just had enough of this shit. I don't want to have to deal. I just want to have fun and to play games and not deal with nonsense of the fucking pieces of shit humans who think that they can get away with crimes. Because that's all this is. The false DMCA claims against my Twitter, the reason I have no avatar and banner again, are crimes. That is a crime to impersonate someone and take shit down in their name. It's a crime. To falsely, file fraud charges against a credit card is a crime. People are breaking the fucking law everywhere to try to fuck with me, and I'm tired of it. I just want to play fucking games and have fun, man. That's it. So, I'm pissed. And rightly so. And by the way, once I get this off my chest on this pre-stream, no, we're not going to be talking about it every day. No, I'm just going to say, whatever. If I ever get updates or whatever, I'll let you guys know. But that's that. I'm not going to let this affect my streams or whatever. Once we get to gameplay, I'm just going to be chilling and doing the usual thing. I hope you guys know that. I'm not going to, I'm not going to let this ruin stuff for us. Let's just have fun. All right, that's the point. But I'm frustrated. Yeah, of course I told Kat. How much else did you tell Kat? I told her the moment it happened. I got the emails. I said, I got to go upstairs. And now I got to send PayPal a bunch of information about this shit. Because this just happened. It sucks because we were relaxing downstairs having a good night. And now I got to spend time away from my family. Ruin the good time doing this fucked up shit. Okay? Oh my god. Alright. So anyway, guys, that's the deal. And I'm sorry. It bothered me a lot last night. And you guys know that I like to be transparent. I knew it was going to be bothering me today. If I didn't say anything about it on stream, it would just be in the back of my mind nagging at me all fucking day. So I definitely wanted to talk about it. And now you know what's going on. Alright? Thanks for listening. And I'll keep you guys in the loop about this, $800+ that's basically in limbo, and I have no idea what's going to happen and if it's going to screw me over or not. Alright? But in the meantime, please don't think that this is anything that you can do. All just have fun with the streams. Enjoy. Keep being supportive the way you guys have been. I certainly cannot ask anything more from any of you guys, and I want you to understand that I'm not asking for a single thing from any of my viewers in regards to this situation at all. This is a situation that has nothing to do with you and really nothing to do with me. This is a crime being done behind the scenes. Let's just keep the positivity going with the stuff we're already doing. That's the most I can ask for you guys, and go from there. And I'll keep everyone in the loop when I personally get updates about the whole situation and everything. Okay? Fair enough? Alright, let's get the shout-outs. Alright, let's get the shout-outs, because some people have contributed and have questions. So let's take a look here. So Froggins cheered overnight and says, do I think I'll try out the new Pulse 3D wireless headset for the PS5? I'm intrigued by it. I'd love to see you compare it to traditional wired surround sound headsets. So, I'm intrigued by it too. So, with the way that the PS5 apparently is going to be set up, alright, from what I'm to understand, they're going for a setup where you don't need to have expensive third-party peripherals anymore. They want to basically provide you with solutions to everything at launch. So, for example, you don't need a microphone built into your headset anymore because there's a microphone built into the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5 controller itself. Okay, like that's a major thing that they're touting here is that it'll have a built-in mic. You don't need to buy one. Now, what's the quality of that mic? I mean, that's going to be questionable. Will the mic be as good as, say, a mic that's built into a dedicated headset? Or is it going to sound like this? Who knows? Alright. I guess we'll see. Supposedly there's a headphone jack built into the controller. And, supposedly, PlayStation 5 will have 3D audio capabilities at launch. That means you don't need to buy a 3D surround sound headset that supports Dolby Digital decoding and all that shit, because they're supposedly going to have built-in 3D audio at launch. All you need is any pair of headphones. You plug it into the controller, and apparently you're going to get 3D surround sound. Now, FYI, your mileage may vary on that, because that's going to be dependent on the game developer to implement. Even though Sony is saying, oh, this is going to be standard, you have to understand that game developers have to implement that functionality, or else it's not going to work. So if a game developer doesn't, put in full 3D audio built in to their game capabilities, and they're just saying, well, we just did it for Dolby Digital, which is the standard of the industry, then it ain't gonna work. All right, but what I would assume is that the games that are first-party Sony games all are gonna have 3D audio built-in capability. Okay. So, here's the thing about this headset. Okay, it's called the Pulse, I believe. Pulse 3D. Number one, it's wireless. I mean, that's cool. To not have to have wires running across a room to have a set of headphones is a huge asset. I haven't used wireless headphones in a long time. However, I will say this. When I used to use wireless headphones a million years ago, we're talking probably the first half of the 2000s, the technology was kind of crappy. Like, the audio quality was not good. It was all right, but you would constantly have interference. If you moved around, you would hear, like, interference in the headphones, and it definitely was nowhere near as good as a wired capability. Now, that was a long time ago. All right, maybe now things have improved. Things have definitely changed over the years. The technology has advanced, and now maybe the wireless is just as good as the wired. I don't know. I haven't used wireless headphones in a very long time, so I cannot attest to that. But definitely, I would say that having no wires would be a huge asset. Constantly, I have wires running across my office floor. No wires would be great. Okay, I would love that. Now, in addition, a headset that you just pop on your head and you get the 3D audio. You don't have to fuck with settings. You don't need a little receiver unit. Every game just has 3D audio would be outstanding. I would love that. Seriously, like, that would be amazing. And I'm on board if these 3D headset, if it really does give you great surround sound 3D audio for all the games on PlayStation 5, why wouldn't you buy it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're investing in a new console, you want to get the best experience, I would get it, I just don't know how good it's going to be. But it does sound good, okay? So I guess we'll see. I do know that 3D audio and surround sound are different things. I'm well aware of that, Hobo X. 3D audio basically means that there's like a sense of depth. And what I mean by that is, like, you can tell if someone's walking above you or below you. Like, for example, when I was playing Resident Evil 7, all right, Super Blind Man contacted me. And he actually said, could you, when you're using the VR headset to play Resident Evil 7, can you tell me if you can hear 3D audio? Because it supposedly has that capability with any headphones built into this thing. And so I did, and I told him I did hear it. It wasn't great. Like, I could tell if you were walking through the mansion and one of the family members was walking around above you, you could kind of hear it. And that was the first I'd ever experienced that in a game, because all I ever heard was basic surround sound, which basically means left channel, right channel, behind the right ear, behind the left ear, or straight ahead. That's basically what you get with surround sound, basic surround sound. With 3D audio, you're supposed to have a sense of real depth, where it sounds like someone's voice is off in the distance in a direction. You can tell where that voice is coming from. You can hear above and below you. That's what 3D audio is supposed to be. It's actual 3 dimensions around you, and it simulates that experience as if you were there in real life, okay? And I didn't really hear it that much with Resident Evil 7. Maybe a little bit, but it wasn't, like, great, blowing me away or anything. But basically, if true 3D audio, if it works properly, would replace modern surround sound. You wouldn't need the Dolby surround sound shit. It would just be the 3D audio is good enough to take over for that. But we haven't had that. And that's what I'm wondering. With this, okay, the Pulse 3D headset is going to have full 3D audio. Well, if it does, then you won't need to worry about surround sound. That surround sound will effectively be outdated technology. But let's see what happens. Again, I'm interested in it for sure. And yeah, if this Pulse 3D is great and, wireless, charges nicely, has a good battery. That's the other thing too. If I'm going to be on a stream playing 3-4 hour sessions, I can't have the battery run out, right? That's a big concern. We'll see. Diaper Baby says, no, it's still needed for movies and TV. Well, you're right. The standard 3D audio would be needed for movies and TV. It's games that are going to apparently have this 3D audio, while movies are still the surround sound deal. I hear you, but the thing is, I don't watch movies and TV on my game consoles. My game consoles are solely for gaming and streaming. That's it. So, I could fully invest all in on this, and it should be fine. Okay? So I guess we'll see. All right, I guess we'll see what happens. But that sounds good to me, and I am excited for that. If the 3D audio capabilities are great and the headphones are great, that sounds like something I would be interested in. Okay. Golden Colts cheered overnight. Says my favorite store is Sneed's Feed and Seed. That meme again has reared its head, and then he cheered again. He said formerly Chuck's. Okay, thank you, Golden Colts, for the overnight cheers. I appreciate that. Golden Nobles did a 95-bit cheers. The Cyberpunk has been delayed. Yes, we are aware. We talked about that at length. So thank you, Golden Nobles. Last Rambo cheered. He says, what do you think of Justice League Snyder cut? Would that cut have saved Justice League in the box office? I can't attest to any of this because I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see the original cut of Justice League. So I can't say if it was good or not. Most people say it sucked ass and they hated it. A lot of people say maybe it was unfairly panned and it wasn't so bad. But for me, I've never seen it, so I can't really say. Apparently there's a better cut out there. Great. What I can tell you is Batman vs. Superman literally turned me off from ever wanting to see any more DC movies. Like, that movie was so bad. And then I saw fucking Suicide Squad, and I was like, now I actually am angry at myself for watching this movie because I should have known better from Batman vs. Superman, and I didn't, and I watched it anyway, and I was like, I'm an idiot. So, that's why I didn't see Wonder Woman, I didn't see fucking Justice League. I just don't want to waste my time and punish myself and be like, man, I'm so stupid for watching these. So, I can't attest to anything Justice League. I didn't see it. Okay. Golden Nobles gifted a sub to Timbo Slice. Thank you, Golden Nobles, for the support, and congrats, Timbo Slice. Only Iced Coffee gifted 2 subs. 1 to Cold Zero and 1 to Fairy. Congratulations, you guys. All right. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm about to sneeze. Holy shit. Give me a second. Okay, much better. Sorry about that. Stupid allergies. Okay. Snorlax cheered 50 bits and says they're going to give away a free upgrade of Cyberpunk if you buy it on PS4 and Xbox One to play it on the next gen. I don't think it's to force them to buy it on next gen. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. What I said was maybe they know that Cyberpunk is not going to play very well on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So what they want to do is purposely delay its release. So if people buy it for PS4 and Xbox One and it runs like shit, they could say, well, there's a better version on the next gen console. See? And in fact, if you're saying there's a free upgrade, that would go hand in hand. They could say, see, we're not in it for the money. We're not trying to sell the game twice. Just buy it on the better console. See, or not, excuse me. Just buy the better console and play the game that you already own on that. See? So that's what I'm thinking. Is that they maybe know that it's not going to be great on current gen, and they want to have the next gen version available for that optimized experience at launch. But maybe I'm wrong. Again, it's pure speculation. Atlas Telemon did a 100-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer of the day. So let's actually get Atlas Telemon on the leaderboard. I can finally update the leaderboard. Oops. And he says the following. Games I look forward to seeing you play the most are GTA 6 and Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. What are you looking forward to the most? Man, I mean, you're talking hypothetical. We don't even know, what's going to happen with these games. But I would say, I would probably say the next Elder Scrolls, which is probably 25 years off into the distance. It's not coming out anytime soon. Maybe a new Fallout, if they ever make one at this point, because they really fucked up so bad with Fallout 76. And you know what? I'm going to throw the Hail Mary. Street Fighter 6, I hope it's good. Even though I know it's probably not going to be, and I'm just going to be so cynical about it because Street Fighter 5 is so bad. But I want a good fighting game. So maybe Street Fighter 6. And of course, Bug Snacks. We can't forget that. Bug Snacks, biggest game of the year. All right. Cousins Ven, cheers. I need no harm. There are people who feel no matter how much is given to you, you won't ever be enough. Well, here's the thing. At one point, what you're saying might have actually been true. I'm being honest here. Because I was in a giant rut. But, as people know, because it's public knowledge, it was publicly filed, I was granted bankruptcy. And that means my credit's fucked for a good 7 to 10 years. But, it means that now there's actually a light at the end of the tunnel. Like I've told you guys, really the only thing I need to get past at this point is this tax thing that's going on. Once I'm on a situation where I'm in agreement with the government of how to pay what I owe, and I'm staying on top of my taxes on a monthly basis of what I owe, okay, that's it. Then I'm good. So I actually, Cousins Ven, just a few months ago, maybe that might have been true. At this point, actually, that's not true. We're actually at a point now where things can actually get better if I can just get through this one last fucking thing. Okay? So, is there, so there's a lot of ifs. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of ifs. But I've gotten this far, right? I've gotten this far, and I've stayed positive. I've stayed the course. I never gave up. And I want to keep with that positive mentality that I can fix this. I can make things better for life, for my family. I can make things more stable. Maybe I can eventually afford to start improving my business. I've told you guys, the number one thing I really think I want to do is get rid of this fucking couch and get just like a chair that I can put in here of some sort. Not a gamer chair, but another chair that's comfy that I could sit and play games, and then have maybe a green screen behind me. Like, that's like the number one thing I'm thinking of that I want to improve would be that. Because this couch is a piece of shit at this point. This thing has no support. It's not comfy anymore. I need something better. Okay? So that would be the next thing for me. And that could potentially actually be realistic to expect if I can get past the tax thing and things go well for the rest of this year and no other crises, right? Then I could potentially actually start to look at this stuff. I know that sounds weird because it's been years since I talked about improving my setup or anything because of the financial problems I've been in. But now it looks like it may happen or could happen. Okay? So, I guess we'll see. All right? But there you go. Golden Nobles to me, $30. Thank you so much, Golden Nobles. Very generous. He says, I hope all goes well. Keep your head up. Keep pushing through it. You're a veteran soldier. Always finds a way to persevere. Best wishes, brother. Thank you, Golden Nobles. Yeah, obviously, I'm not, like I said, am I upset right now? Yes. I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking upset. I hate this shit. I don't like drama. I don't like having uncertainty, especially when things are going good for the streams and everything, and then some stupid shit comes out of nowhere that I can't control like this. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to be negative about it. I'm going to say, let's keep going. Let's push through. Let's try to make things keep going as positive as they've been going. Let's not let this be a detriment to the streams or anything. Let's just have fun and keep going. And that's what it's about. Is that finding a way through it. Okay? And I'm trying to stay positive and trying to find a way through it. And I'm going to try to maintain that mentality for you guys. Okay? $6.72 to me, $6.72. Says that comment about Batman vs. Superman upset me greatly. It's a dope-ass movie. Of course, no Marvel standards, but good Man of Steel was the best DC recent film. I didn't think Man of Steel was bad. I thought there were some really ludicrous things in it. but I didn't think it was bad at all. I think a lot of people hated Man of Steel. I didn't hate on it as much as most people. But then I saw Batman vs. Superman, and I wanted to, like, violently, you know, shoot liquid shit out of my ass. Just to purge my body from watching that movie. That movie, except for the fight scenes with Batman, early on in the movie, where he's fighting the criminals in the warehouse or whatever, those are quite good. And then the second half of the movie is some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life, and I wish I never saw it. Proficient Fox did 101-bit cheer and says, no, it's me now. So Proficient Fox is correct. He is now the top cheerer of the day. Thank you very much, Proficient Fox, for the support. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. There we go. There we go. The Last Rambo cheer. He says, Bug Snacks is a first-person adventure game where you play as a journalist who is sent to a mysterious film from an adventure named Elizabeth Megafig. Tibitowski told U.S. Gamer. What the? She says she's found these things called Bug Snacks. These half-snack, half-bug creatures, and she wants you to come and document her discovery with a group of misfit followers. You go to the island, you find that she's nowhere to be found, and instead run into some of her followers. This could be the weirdest game ever made. What is going on? I don't know what's happening. I gotta play it. Now I've got to play it. Now I'm intrigued. I got the best game of the year. Stinky Penis to me $1.30 and says, hello Stinky. Gee, thanks a lot, Stinky Penis. I love it when you talk about disgusting stuff on my stream. And thanks for the support. Oh my god. Alright. Anyway, let's add that to the tips total for the day. Doodly Dread just here said, did the whole finance suppression make you a minimalist? Minimalism is a good lifestyle choice, and we know how much of a hoarder you were before the whole finance fiasco. So it's funny you say this, okay, Doodly Dread? Because I have not bought anything for myself significant in quite a long time. Right now, I have underwear with holes in them. I have a lot of my shirts that I wear have giant holes in the armpits. My wife got mad at me. She yelled at me last week because I lifted my arm and there's like 10 holes in the armpit of my shirt. And she's like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why won't you buy a new shirt?" I said, "Because I don't want to spend any money. The money's got to go." The money's got to go to important things. I'll just wear stuff into the ground. Like the last pair of sneakers that I had, I wore, I think it was like 7 or 8 years, and there was a hole in the bottom. And she yelled at me for that too. She said, "What are you doing? You know, you got to get a new pair of shoes." And I said, "No." But then she made me. You know, that's how I am now. Like, it's true. When I first started on YouTube, I was rolling in money. I'll admit it. For that first 1 to 2 years when I was doing YouTube full time, I was making a ridiculous amount of money with the ad revenue. And I had so much money, I didn't know what to spend it on. So I went to thinkgeek.com and I bought a bunch of shit I didn't need. And I went to fucking, you know, these places on the internet that sold statues. And I bought a bunch of statues and shit. And I went on these frivolous trips, right? Frivolous trips to go across the country to play video game tournaments I didn't care about. And, you know, I went to a fighting game tournament to record fucking Dragon Age in the hotel room. And I went to conventions and spent tons of money, you know? Like, it was a very different time. I was a complete polar opposite of now. I barely spend money on anything, you know? We'll have something that we need, a supply that we need, and I'll wait till the very last minute to even go buy it. That's kind of how my mentality has done a complete 180 with that kind of stuff. So that's how I am now. I've basically changed myself from being someone who had so much money to spend to, man, I'm not going to spend unless I absolutely have to, you know? Okay. Shout out to the following people who are the top cheers of the week so far. Noah Taylor is currently in 10th place. Thank you, Noah. Kate is in a tie with that Anonymous for 8th place. Thank you both. Newt Shigas and DSP for Christ, and a name that I can't say because it's so disgusting, are all tied for 5th place. Thank you, guys. Lucifer Souls in 4th. Thank you. Alice Telemon is in 3rd. Thank you, sir. Sambuca 2020 is in 2nd place. And Ninstar Rune is currently the top cheerer of the week. Thank you very much for that. Now, also, thank you to the following people who've all gifted subscriptions to the channel this week so far. We've got Crapcock, Alfred Aponte, Ghost in the Chat, and I Killed Phil, who've all gifted a single sub. We've got Golden Nobles, who gifted 2 subscriptions. 672 has gifted 5 subscriptions to the channel. Thank you. And Only Iced Coffee, with a very, very generous 11 subscriptions so far this week. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Wow, excuse me. Musical burps. Let's take a quick break. I actually have to go grab a Switch from Kat, because Kat was playing Animal Crossing this morning, and I told her, that's fine, go ahead and play. You know, I won't need it till later. Pre-stream's over now. Let's take a few minutes break. I'll go grab the Switch, hook it up, get it going here. And then it's going to be Pokemon Sword, Isle of Armor DLC, where we're going to be doing hopefully story today. I don't know, there's a 3rd Snorlax running around somewhere that I'm supposed to find to advance the plot and do that. And see what else happens. We caught about half the new Pokemon already just on yesterday's stream, so we'll have to see where it takes us today and go from there. Plus, we need to name the shark Pokemon Sharknado because of the top tipper yesterday. But I'm not sure how you name the Pokemon now because there's no Pokemon Center in the DLC. So I'm thinking, I don't know if we're stuck right now. We can't name one yet. And remember, guys, I'm going to give you guys the ability to pick Pokemon to be in my party. 2 people will be able to pick Pokemon to be in my party. So stay tuned. When I come back from this very brief break and, hook up the Switch, you're going to have that ability and we're going to get started. All right, guys? Thanks. I shall be back shortly and see you in a bit.